With 2024 coming to an end and now being in 2025, we can now finally say that GTA 6 releases this year, as of right now. But assuming that the game is still on track for fall of 2025, what does the timeline for this game look like prior to release? Well, that's what we'll be looking at today. But before we get started, I want to give a quick disclaimer. The first is that this is all obviously speculation and everything that I say shouldn't be taken 100% truthfully, unless the info I provide is from Take-Two or Rockstar themselves. Secondly, because Take-Two and Rockstar have yet to announce a delay to 2026, I'm not going to make a timeline based off of a speculated delay, which means that this timeline is only for this year up to the game's, as of right now, confirmed released window. And lastly, this is just all for fun. So with all that said, let's check it out. As of making this video, it's currently the 15th of January. So should we expect anything within the remaining 16 days? Probably not. However, there is a new rumored PlayStation State of Play being held on the 30th, supposedly. Now, if this event is to happen on the 30th, the only way I expect any news for GTA 6 to be there is if the rumored marketing deals between Sony and Rockstar are true. If so, then we may be getting something. Granted, that's a big if. But with it being common knowledge at this point that Rockstar doesn't like showing up at big events, I'm more doubtful about this theory. On the off chance that the State of Play doesn't happen, or even if it does and Rockstar doesn't show up, there has been another theory.
Another one.
This time, however, people are speculating that GTA 6 will be getting a community post sometime in late January to early February. This is because they've done this with their last 5 games in the years of which they've released. On top of this, on February 6th, Take-Two is having their next earnings call. This call will have Take-Two looking at a quick summary as to how well fiscal year 25 performed, and on top of that, they'll be looking at fiscal year 26. And fall of 2025 is within fiscal year 26. So that said, they'll have to mention GTA 6 to some capacity. This is again assuming that the game is still releasing in fall of 2025. And after all of that is done and over with, if we somehow don't get trailer 2 by then, I'm predicting that we'll get trailer 2 by the end of February. After February, being able to predict what we'll see and when we receive it is when things begin to get a little difficult. The main reason is because we don't know yet within fall of 2025 that GTA 6 will be released, and depending on how long or short of a marketing campaign that they give themselves, depends on what we do and don't get to see. But what will we get to see? Well, GTA 5 received 3 separate character trailers, which was obviously one for each protagonist. One official trailer, which is what they'll use as an ad on TV, and one gameplay trailer. But it's also noted that GTA 5 also received another trailer, but it was all 3 character trailers packed into one video. Many people refer to this as Trailer 3, even though GTA 5 never received an official Trailer 3, which, to summarize, all of this makes up to 3 unique different trailers. As for Red Dead 2, the game received Trailer 3, Gameplay Trailer 1, Gameplay Trailer 2, and a launch trailer, which, to summarize, is also 3 unique trailers. So as you can tell, each game received 3 different types of advertising content. However, because of what they received and how many of it were all different, it really makes it hard to predict exactly what we'll be getting from Rockstar. So now, what does 2025 look like for GTA 6 in order? If we get a character trailer, it would happen about 5 months prior to release, and again, depending on the month of release, it will probably come out anywhere from April to June. But from what we do know, we'll at least get one gameplay trailer. And the consistent thing about this is that when we do get a gameplay trailer, it will happen 2 months prior to the game's release. When looking 2 months prior to release, depending on the game's month of release, the gameplay will release anywhere from July to September. If we receive an official trailer like GTA 5 did, it will likely happen 1 month before release, which will be anywhere from August to October. If we receive a launch trailer instead, like we did for Red Dead 2, that will happen the day of release, which will happen anywhere between September to November. And that, for the most part, covers all of the video advertising. As for when we get screenshots, that's just as difficult, if not more difficult, to predict in terms of when we receive them. The reason is because some of the screenshots that we received for both GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 only came out because of an announced delay. They acted more like an apology gift rather than something that was supposed to happen. On top of this, screenshots were also released within community posts from Rockstar, and we really don't know when we'll receive community posts until we get around 2 to 3 weeks near their supposed scheduled release. Because as we all know, they do like to advertise their upcoming projects with their current game. They did this with Red Dead 2 and GTA Online prior to that game's release, and on top of that, the first time that they ever mentioned GTA 6, it was within a GTA and Red Dead community post, and that was before they even officially called it GTA 6. Like I said at the beginning, this is assuming that GTA 6 is still on track for fall 2025. If the game is somehow delayed, which I don't believe it will, everything I covered can still be accurate. The only thing we'd change is when this stuff releases. If the game were to come out in spring of 2026, we can take everything that was mentioned and push it back by around 1 to 2 months. Before I end this video, I want to mention that if it somehow isn't obvious by now, comparing this game to GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 would be dishonest, not only for myself but also for you watching. Because if you haven't noticed, many people online look at something that Rockstar did for GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, and they'll use that to give an estimation as to when we'll get the same thing for GTA 6. But as we all know by now, all of that predicting and estimating has been very inaccurate, because if it wasn't, we'd have Trailer 2 by this point. So my best advice for you is to take everything that they did for those games and to just throw it out. Get rid of it and forget about it, because this time around, they're doing something completely different, for the most part. Or at least, as of right now. However, that's the end of today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more content on the channel. If you have any suggestions as to what you want to see on the channel, then leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.